In the previous video, we have seen how to print different patterns of square and rectangle, right? So in this video, we're going to talk about how to print pyramid patterns. So these are all the different shapes of the pyramid. So we have the half pyramid and inverted half pyramid and full pyramid and inverted full pyramid. And these are the mirror image of the half pyramid and the inverted half pyramid. So all the 6 shapes, we're going to see how to write a program to print these kind of shapes. First, let's start with the half pyramid. Now, before that, let me tell you something. To print all of these shapes, the one thing that you should know is how to print a square pattern. If you know the code and if you understood the logic behind the square pattern, then it will be easy for you to understand all of these pattern code. So here is the half pyramid pattern. So if you look at this, it has a size of n is equal to 5. For the first row, it has only 1. For the second row, 2 stars. For the third row, 3 stars. 4 stars. Finally, 5 stars. So it means that for the n equal to 5, we have to print total 15 number of stars and then a new line at the end of the each row. So total 20 printers that we have to use. So let's represent this in a table format. See, for the first row only 1, for the second row 2 stars, for the 3, for third row 3 stars, for the fourth row 4, finally 5 stars. If you look at the code, to print the squares, right? This outer loop is mainly used to print all the rows, but the inner loop is the one that actually controls how many stars that you should print in a given row. So this is controlling the number of stars in a given row. For example, in the square pattern, we have given n, right? Let's say n is equal to 5. So for each row, it will print 5 stars, right? Isn't it? Suppose if I give 1 here, then for every row, it will print only 1 star. If I give 2 here, n equal to 2, then for every row, it will print only 2 stars because this loop will be executed 2 times. But to print a pyramid shape, instead of giving n, so we should write a code to print a pyramid shape by just changing this inner loop only. So you don't need to change the entire logic. This n is not needed, right? So we have to change only the inner loop condition. So for the first row, I have to print only 1. For the second row, I have to print 2. For the third row, I have to print 3 times. So it means that for the first row, I have to execute this loop 1 time. For the second row, I have to execute this loop 2 times. For the third row, I have to execute this loop 3 times. So instead of n, if you see the pattern here, the logic, the row number here 1 star. Row number is 2 star. Row number is 3 star. So we can use that row number to control the how many times that inner loop should be executed. So here instead of n, what I will be giving is a row number. So for every time, for the first row, the value will be 1 here, so it will only print 1. For the second time, the row number will be 2. It will print 2 stars. For the third time, the row number will be 3. It will print 3 stars. This is the code to print a 1 row for the half pyramid star pattern, and to print all rows, you just add a 1 outer loop. The outer loop will repeat for the n times. The inner loop will repeat based on the row number. So this is just as similar to the square pattern. The only thing that we change instead of n. So if you give n here, it will print the square pattern. If you use a row number, it will print the pyramid pattern. So let's go and see how to do that. Here I am with online GDB. I just remove this. Just add a comment. Of pyramid star pattern. Just int main open bracket, return 0. Now take a variable n, let's say take 5. Now I need to write a loop int row equal to 1, row less than or equal to n, row plus plus, to print all the rows. This one to print only one row, call equal to 1, and here call less than or equal to row, because we want to print off pyramid. So if I give n here, it will print the square. So call plus plus, just open bracket. Here I need to print a star, just give a space for the better look. At the end of each line, each row, I have to print a new line. This for a given n equal to 5. Let's see the code. So this will be executed 5 times. For the first loop, it will execute 1 time. For the second time, for the second loop, it will execute 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, and finally 5 times. This will execute 5 times because this is inside the outer loop. Just execute this. See, that's printed. So there is a warning. I think we forgot to give hash include stdio.h. Yeah, see, just if you remove the space, it doesn't look good. That's all. So if I print here n, if I use n here, so it will just print the square. Simple as that. So I'm gonna use a row here to print the square. Sorry, I'm gonna use a n row number to print the pyramid. So that's how. So this is the code to write to print a off pyramid star pattern. So now we know the logic and the code to print a star patterns, off pyramid star pattern, right? Let's see how to print off pyramid number patterns. So this is the same thing what we have seen in the rectangle, square or rectangular pattern, right? So here nothing will change. If you want to print the star, just you print the star. If you want to print the numbers, the logic won't change, the loops won't change, outer loop, inner loop won't change. The only thing that changes is your printf statement. So instead of a star, you print the number, so based on the pattern. So for this, so to print this pattern, just print the row number. Since this is first row, this is second row, third row, fourth row, fifth row, that's why I'm printing row number here. So here, if you want this kind of a number pattern, just print the column number, because this is the first column, this is second column, this is third column. So this binary number pattern we already seen in Sphere. See, if the row plus column value is even, then print 1, otherwise 0. So if you look at these three, right, you have to print first 5, 4, 4. It's just a reverse of this one. 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1. So for this, you have to use this expression n plus 1 minus row. If you print this value, it will print like this. For this one, n plus 1 hyphen minus column. For the last one, if you see, it's just a counter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's just a counter, right? So what you can do is you take one additional variable and assign initialize it with 1, and whenever you want to print, instead of star, you just print the value of that counter and immediately increment it, so that it will keep on printing the format like this. So the one thing that you should understand is don't try to by heart these formulas. I'll tell you how to derive this. Let's take this the last one. So whenever any question is given, either it's a number format or square format or anything, just try to represent that format, that pattern using this table. So if you represent, if you look at this, for the first row, I have to print 5. For the second row, I have to print 4. For the third row, I have to print all threes. And then you try to draw this table for a given row number, column number. Just add those column number, row number, multiply them, and subtract with n, add with n, so that you can figure out some connection between these multiplications addition. We'll figure out some expression so that we can use that expression in the printf. So if you see this n minus r, right, for the first row it is 4, but we need 5 here, right? So for the first row, what I'll be doing is I'll use n minus r plus 1. So it will start printing 5, then 4. That's what we need, right? So that's what we have done here. For the first one, I'm just incrementing n plus 1, then decrementing by just subtracting a row number. So it will start printing row. And also, you don't need to follow the same logic. You don't need to follow this n plus 1 minus row. So we can also print this kind of thing using different logic. Let's take in this example. So since for the first row I have to print 5, for the second time I have to print 4. What I am going to do is I'm going to take a new variable here, and then I'll initialize that variable with 5, and whenever there is a printf, I'm going to print that value, and then whenever I'm printing a new line, I'm going to decrement by 1. So the next row it will start printing 4. Let's see an example how to do that. Here, first just delete this comma. I'm going to print a row. Yeah, see 1 1 1 2 2 2. Since I have not given any space, see 1 2 2 2 3 3 4 4. Just print column 1 1 1 2 2 2 3. This is the different. Then we know the number format, the binary format. And then let's see a different one, the other one, a n minus n plus 1 minus a row. See 5 4 4 3 3. See, you need to use the same expression. You can use a different logic as well. Let me tell you that. So I'm going to take a temp variable equal to n. So whatever the variable I'm going to use, because I have to print starting from the given number, right? So here I'm going to print that number, temp variable. So for the first, this is to print each row, right? For the first row it will print 5. Then after printing a new line, what I'm going to do is I'll decrement it by 1. So for the second row, whenever it's printing, it becomes 4. So it will start printing 4, right? So let's execute that. See, it is same. So that's what I'm trying to say. Don't try to by heart. It is very easy, if you draw the shape in a table format, you can easily figure out some logic to print what to print in the printer. Let's print that counter one. So here, so I'll just remove that. Let's take a counter equal to 1. Now here I'm going to print that. So whenever I'm printing, immediately I have to increment. If I don't increment, let's delete this. If I don't increment, for the entire row it will print the same number, right? Then that will become a different pattern. So let's run this. See 1 2 2 3 3 4 4 5 5 6, right? So instead of here, if I keep this down, so what it will print for the every row it will have the same value. Sorry, for a single row it will have the same value. Then the next row it will increment 1 2 2 2 3 3. See, this is the format. So we have to keep it inside the inner loop so that it will increment. So to make it look good, what I'm going to do is I'll take a 3 width for each number so that it might look good. See, now it's looking good, right? So it will feed means it will take 3 spaces and then print the number from the right side. So these are all the different variations of the arc pyramid pattern. That's all in this video.